Super Dragon Ball Heroes episode 44 has finally came out. In this video, we're gonna go over everything that happened, the fights between Goku and Bardock, the fight between Vegeta and the Ice Warrior, the confrontation between Yamcha and Hit. A lot has happened, so more after this intro. This video's coming shout out go to Aaron, who says you are the best on YouTube in the world. Keep it up. If you want to be shouted out in the next video, all you have to do is watch this video to the very end. Of course, leaving a like, being subscribed to the channel, but most importantly, leaving a nice comment for me to read. Now, like I said, Super Dragon Ball Heroes episode 44 came out about 2 or 3 hours ago. We do not have translations at this time, but we finna go straight into this. And this episode, it starts off with Bardock, and he's saying something that's in value to his strength. He's showing his fist as he begins to power up, and he transforms into a Super Saiyan 3. Goku, acknowledging this, he goes straight into Ultra Instinct Omen. Now, I know this is Super Dragon Ball Heroes, but it would have been real nice to see Goku go into Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and then go into God, Blue, and then into Ultra Instinct, just to show Bardock that he had those transformations too. Whether or not his Super Saiyan 3 is stronger than Goku's, it still would have been nice for him to witness all of those transformations, seeing those. But Goku, shortly after going into Ultra Instinct, he begins to tell Jiren that he wants to have this battle on his own, Saiyan versus Saiyan. And Jiren, he agrees. Goku begins to slowly walk up to his dad and begins to power up in Ultra Instinct. Bardock, looking at this, he acknowledged this with a smile. And I can't wait to get translations because I want to read exactly what they're saying. Official translations. And also, so far, the animation is looking great. So the fight starts with both of them flying towards one another and clashing their fists, which causes a huge explosion. The scene immediately switches over to the Ice Warrior versus Hit, Vegeta, Yamcha, and the other warriors that's in that vicinity. Now the Ice Princess, or whatever you want to call her, she is fighting Hit, and Vegeta seems to be fighting a copy of her. For some reason, she's like a light teal blue or light green in color. Not only Vegeta is fighting a copy of her, Yamcha is too. And let's just say Yamcha is not faring good. Yamcha is pretty much defeated almost right away. Going back over to Vegeta's part of the fight, he's not struggling. He's about to get ready to finish her off. He decides to play no games and go into his best transformation. And no, it's not Ultra Ego. It is Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Why he's not using that dark Super Saiyan Blue power that he did in the previous arc, I don't know. Nonetheless, he starts to charge up a final flash, and she puts up a barrier similar to Android 17. He fires it off, and as she's holding the blast back, her barrier begins to crack. And I do believe he wasted that clone, because the barrier did crack, and she said something before she disappeared. Meanwhile, like I said at the beginning, Hit is fighting the original, and he's actually winning. He actually gets behind her, and he's about to make his final attack. These warriors in black are really weak at this point, but before he's able to finalize the attack, a blast comes out of nowhere to almost hit our assassin. It turned out to be Yamcha. You remember my previous videos when I went over the older manga chapter, Yamcha wanted to save this girl by even going up against Golden Metal Cooler. Despite the power difference, despite everything, he still risked his life to save her. But despite Yamcha being on the same team as Hit, but you got to think about it, they are all on the same team. Jiren, Hit, Yamcha, Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo are all on the same team. Hit shoots a blast back at Yamcha, and to everybody's surprise, the Ice Warrior in black decides to save Yamcha, talking to him with blush on her face. In other words, she liked what Yamcha did for him. She might be changing as she prepares to fight Hit again in defense of Yamcha. The part you've been waiting on. We go back to the fight with Goku and Bardock. Bardock still in Super Saiyan 3. He's huffing and he's puffing. Looking over there at Goku, he's still in Ultra Instinct Omen. He's not huffing and puffing, and he has little to no battle damage. Bardock begins to fly in the air, powering up as much as he can, charging up his favorite attack that we see him do in almost any iteration of him in the show that we ever seen. Goku looks at this while smiling and realizes this is a final showdown, a ki blast struggle. So Goku in response decides to charge up a Kamehameha. Without any hesitation, they both shoots off the blast. You can clearly see Bardock is putting in everything he got. Goku, he's showing his teeth, but he's not really putting in everything he has. After saying a few words, he began to push harder. After receiving this pushback, Bardock realizes that his son is pretty powerful, almost sounding like he's saying his final words, smiling and talking as he looks down at his son. Goku decides to go ahead and push harder to go ahead and finish this battle, which by the way looks nice. The animation, they did good with this one. The blast, it overtakes Bardock and it seems like he's gone. Through the smoke and debris, Bardock is still there, in base form. Goku, seeing this, begins to go back into battle stance. But Bardock, looking at his son once more, smiles and lands back down on the ground. Meanwhile, it goes back to the time nest. We see Io, she's sitting on a throne, and this mysterious hooded warrior walks up to her. It is the current Lady Supreme Kai of Time. She begins to say some words to her, and she looks like she wants to go ahead and start a battle. The Lady Supreme Kai of Time do not have to worry about anybody interrupting the battle because all of her hooded warriors are out on the battlefield fighting their warriors. So in other words, it'll be a fair Supreme Kai of Time versus Supreme Kai of Time battle. And this is where this episode ended. Now in the next video, I will go ahead and let y'all know exactly what the next episode title is. We don't have translations right now at this moment. A cinematic trailer did release, but it's not showing that much of what we just seen right now in this episode. Remember, in a couple of more days, we'll get the manga chapter, which should expand on this fight even more or show us more things that we didn't see in a promotional anime. So make sure to subscribe. Turn on those post notifications, that way you can be reminded every time I upload a new video. Make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.